Welcome guys, this is Invincible Season 4 Episode 8, and from now on this channel, the beginning after the end and Invincible episodes will continue, along with more insane OP manhwa stories. So make sure to subscribe right now and don't miss what's coming next. Cut to Earth, the Pentagon, reduced to ruins, smoke, fire, bodies everywhere. An old man, shaking, bleeding, reaches out, begging for mercy, promising he can fix everything. But the Viltrumite doesn't even hesitate. He grabs the man's head and rips it clean off. Blood erupts into the air. The corpse drops and the soldier roars. Coexistence is over. They will take what they want or destroy everything. And then the massacre begins. Viltrumites tear through humans like nothing. Purple energy blasts vaporize entire groups. Limbs fly. Blood floods the streets. This isn't a battle anymore. This is extinction. Cut to space. Inside a cold, silent ship, Mark stands still, his suit torn, covered in blood. His mind filled with one thing: Earth burning. Nolan stands beside him, trying to stay calm, telling him they're still days away, they need to stay focused, but even Nolan doesn't believe it. Far away at the Coalition headquarters, Alan the alien lies injured, wrapped in bandages, consumed by guilt. Telia tries to comfort him, pulls him close, trying to distract him, but Alan can't shake the feeling. Something is terribly wrong. Back on the ship, Tech Jacket breaks the silence, arms crossed, saying he's not backing down, no matter how bad it gets. Mark stares into space and his resolve hardens. He says it clearly, he'll take down as many Viltrumites as he can, even if it kills him. Even joking, he'll smash Oliver's face when this is over. Tech Jacket sighs. "You guys suck." Nolan finally speaks, worried, about Oliver, alone, scared. Mark realizes his father isn't calm, he's breaking. Suddenly, Nolan freezes. A vision hits him. Thragg, standing in a burning city, holding a severed head, his white cape soaked in blood, and he says, "It's a shame your son isn't here to see this." Nolan snaps back, hides it, tells Mark to stay focused. Wait for the Coalition army. No one man can stop this. But Mark is done waiting. Boom! He smashes through the ship, launching into space, alone. No hesitation, no fear. He rockets toward Earth, burning through the atmosphere, faster, faster, until he lands. And what he sees makes no sense. The city is normal. No destruction, no war, just people living. Mark freezes, confused. Nolan arrives beside him, looks around and smiles, relieved. They're not here. But then a voice, cold, powerful, from below. "We are." Thragg stands in the middle of the street, calm, untouched, surrounded by normal humans, like nothing happened. Mark and Nolan drop down instantly. Mark's rage explodes. He threatens him. If he hurt anyone, he dies. Thragg floats up, unbothered, says clearly he hasn't touched Earth yet. But then he gives them a choice. Fight now, and Earth dies instantly. Or talk. And then the real nightmare begins. Thragg reveals his plan. The Viltrumite Empire will surrender, but Earth becomes their new home. They won't destroy it. They'll live among humans, hide, blend in, and slowly rebuild their empire by breeding over generations until Viltrum rises again. Mark is stunned, Nolan is furious, but Thragg doesn't care. He looks at Nolan and says this is their last chance to survive.
Mark and Nolan step aside. The weight hits them. This isn't a fight anymore. It's a choice, war or survival. Nolan says the truth. If they attack now, everything ends. Everyone dies. But Mark can't accept it. He shouts. He refuses to live like this, under fear, under threat. He prepares to say no, to start the war, and then a vision. Earth destroyed, cities burning, bodies everywhere, sky black with ash, everyone dead. That's when it hits him, the reality, the cost, the weight of billions of lives. Mark's rage disappears, his body goes still, his voice breaks, and with everything gone, he says it, softly, defeated. My answer is yes.
Thragg's lips curl into a cold, victorious smirk as he accepts the terms of surrender. You have chosen wisely. His massive white cape billows as he towers over Mark and Nolan, calmly explaining that by allowing Viltrumites to live among humans, they will heal, rebuild, and eventually claim the planet as their own. Ironic, he says softly. You have saved every life on this planet. Mark's face freezes. Horror, regret. My God, what have I done? Before he can even process it, boom! Thragg launches into the sky, disappearing without a trace. In the silent void of space, Tech Jacket flies beside Mark and Nolan, completely unaware of the weight crushing them. He grins, calls it awesome news, says the war is over. But then he notices the silence, heavy, unbearable. Without a word, Mark explodes forward, leaving him behind in the darkness. Back on Earth, reality hits hard. Inside Debbie's house, she's arguing on the phone, angry, frustrated. Then, suddenly, a voice. She turns and freezes. Her phone slips from her hand. Mark! Her voice breaks. She runs forward, grabbing him, crying uncontrollably. He's alive! But then she sees Nolan, and everything changes. Her face hardens instantly. She demands to know, where is Oliver? Nolan answers quietly. He's safe, recovering, far away. Then Nolan asks, who is Paul? And just like that, everything explodes. Debbie shoves him back, fury in her eyes. She screams about the war, about being left alone, about everything he destroyed. He feels it, the tension, the pain. Suddenly, a flash. Cecil appears, calm, awkward, apologizing, then asks, is the war over? Meanwhile, Eve sits alone in her room, quiet, broken. Mark appears at her window, softly calls her name. She panics instantly, covers herself, begging him not to look, not like this. But Mark steps forward anyway. No hesitation, no judgment. I love you, Eve. He wraps his arms around her, and she breaks, crying into him, unable to believe he's really back. Deep underground, Cecil walks through a sterile corridor, ordering everything to shut down. The war is over. He opens a massive vault, revealing an army. Hundreds of Reanimen standing still, ready for war that never came. He sighs. Bummer. Across the galaxy, Tech Jacket finally returns home. His parents rush to him, tears, relief, a rare moment of happiness. Then he flies up to a lonely satellite and finds his father, sleeping, waiting. They embrace after so long. Back on Earth, Mark and Eve lie together, silent, heavy.
She tells him she was in a coma for months, believing he was dead. Mark just stares. Heartbreaking silence. Outside, Debbie and Nolan sit together, trying to fix something already broken. Nolan begs for forgiveness, tries to explain who he was, what he became, but Debbie breaks down, screaming, crying. He ruined her life, everything. She just wants things to go back, but Nolan holds her tight and says the truth. It never will, because he will never lie again. Later, Mark stares down at Earth, his fists clenched, his voice hollow. I killed Conquest. We destroyed Viltrum. We ended the Empire. And yet, they're here. The war is over, but we didn't win. Far across the universe, on Tailscrea, Alan receives a message from the dead leader, Thaddeus. He activates it. A hologram appears. Cold, final. Following the instructions, Alan descends into a hidden vault. Doors open one by one until he reaches it, a massive containment chamber. Inside, a single glowing vial, the Scourge virus, a perfected weapon designed to wipe out every Viltrumite forever. Thaddeus's final words echo, "If everything fails, use it. End them all." Alan stands there, frozen, holding the fate of an entire race and realizing victory might require total genocide.
Picking up right from the crushing reality of their hollow victory, Mark tries to reclaim a piece of his old life. He steps into Art's dimly lit tailor shop, still wearing that classic blue and yellow suit. Art greets him warmly, casually mentioning Nolan stopped by earlier, but Mark doesn't react. His expression is tight, exhausted. He looks down at his gloved hands and quietly admits this suit doesn't feel right anymore. Needing air, boom, Mark rockets into the sky, tearing through clouds until he lands softly outside Eve's window. Inside, Eve floats mid-air, testing a sleek, glowing pink suit. Mark leans against the frame, and for the first time, he smiles, genuine. He calls it amazing, stumbling over his words when Eve teases him, asking if it makes her look big. He blushes, she smirks, tugs the suit, duty calls, and just like that, they're back. Mark's fist crashes into a glowing rock villain, bone-shattering impact. Across the city, Eve rains down explosive pink energy blasts. A hulking stone monster smashes through a wall, sending Mark flying. But mid-air, he stops. A grin cuts through the pain. It's good to be back, and he dives straight into chaos, fighting a giant red beast and a charging rhino man. Deep inside the Pentagon, Nolan walks beside Mark and Cecil, silent, heavy. He already knows he can't stay on Earth anymore. Meanwhile, inside Stronghold Penitentiary, a prisoner sits chained in darkness, mocked by a guard, told his powers are useless. The man smiles, eyes twitching, and whispers he figured it out, what triggers his change. Then, boom, his body explodes, blood, muscle, bone, expanding violently, chains snap, a monstrous red dinosaur erupts from the cell, letting out a deafening roar. Unaware, Mark and Eve glide peacefully over a quiet neighborhood, descending toward a warm, glowing house. Inside, Duplicate and Immortal greet them, proud, happy, holding their newborn twins. The night becomes soft, a dinner, a moment of peace, until Kate asks a simple question. How was space? Eve answers casually, months in a coma, destroying a galactic empire, ending a galactic empire. Later, in the kitchen, Kate gently washes dishes, holding a baby. She asks Eve,
How are you really? Eve tries to smile, says Mark is back, everything's fine, but her voice breaks, and suddenly she collapses, sobbing uncontrollably. Kate pulls her in, holding her tight. That night, the streets are silent, dark, empty. Mark walks beside Eve, concerned, pushing for answers. Eve stops, doesn't look at him, and whispers, "I had an abortion." Everything stops. Mark freezes, eyes wide, heart shattered. He asks, "What do you mean?" Eve breaks, tears streaming. She thought he was dead, alone, terrified. She couldn't raise a child by herself. The truth hits Mark like a punch. His face twists in pure pain. And then he pulls her in, tight, desperate, crying, apologizing, blaming himself. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you." His voice breaks into the night. Kate lies beside Immortal, whispering coldly, "They won't last a week." But outside, under the quiet sky, Mark and Eve stand together, broken, hurting, but still holding on. They lean in and kiss, choosing to fight for each other, even in the middle of all this darkness.